Everybody, welcome back. Got another character review video for you. This time, it's the father-son of Shatterstar? Scatterstar? Shatter something. The father-son, son-father situation with Longshot. We're going to look at these two pairing, and maybe they do pretty decent against some other teams. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But we're going to do the typical, look at the kit. More importantly, look at the stats. Kind of give a general feel for how we're thinking about this X Factor team and these two, and kind of go from there. So I think you guys know the drill, generally speaking. So let's go check out Mr. Longshot.
Bring me WolverThor!
Alright, so Longshot's basic is attack primary target for 190% damage plus bonus attack 110% damage. If Shatterstar is an ally, bonus attack for 160% damage. The T4s here give an additional 50% to every stage of those attacks. It's pretty solid basic, honestly. If you're trying to get a kill shot or get a few shots in on somebody, good. Will I T4 this? Really depends how his damage ranks and if I get high red stars on him. This doesn't feel like a T4 unless, you know, like I said, you get high reds on them and it just, you know, if you're seeing that you're using it a lot in long drawn out fights. If this is a burst team that you really don't need it for, not going to see it. Probably not. So his special. Now, this is his first turn ability unless somehow he gets multiple energy and you actually go to the ultimate first. But you can see this is a short cooldown here. Two. Attack all enemies for 200% damage plus a blind bleed. Okay. T4s here give an additional 60%. I wish there was bleed for 2 turns or 2 bleeds. You know, am I going to do that? Again, 60% solid. It is attack all enemies. If I see this in like the 30 to 50 rank on the T4s, damage, bang for your buck situation, then I would maybe recommend this, considering it's on such a short cooldown and you're hitting everybody so often. That's pretty phenomenal. So, yeah, I might be looking at that under those circumstances. His ultimate, now this could be first turn with the energy that you're going to get from Shatterstar, which I think it's from his special, which gives energy to Longshot, so he could get this first turn, which is nice considering this is on 3, 6, 7 turn cooldown. It's attack primary target for 400% damage, which is a really heavy hitting ability. This attack has a 50% extra crit chance. So you like seeing that. You want this guy to crit all over the place. The X Factor team is being built, at least so far, around a crit situation. So I like the T4 there. That is a 150% increase for the primary target. Definitely kind of a kill shot situation, potentially first turn, especially if you use that Shatterstar defense up or defense down on them as well. So again, but you're not going to get back to this very often, so you got to be smart about when you use it. The passive here, against all odds, on self or ally crit, fill speed bar by 10% for self and all X Factor allies. That's on self or ally crit, fill speed bar for self and all X Factor allies. That is huge. So you want crit like crazy with this team. Speed bar going nuts. I really like the shield team with this right now. I was playing around with something that I'll show you in a second with another crit team. Shout out to Patron, Todd. He was the one who came up with this crit team, and I'm testing a little bit on the server, and it is kind of fun. I was kind of shocked by a couple of the teams that I beat. Again, just in Blitz. They didn't have some ISOs, but still, it was kind of fun. Gain 25, well, I'll get into the T4s in a second. On gain 25% crit chance, all allies gain 10% crit chance. All X Factor allies gain an additional 15% crit chance. The T4s here give an additional 10% speed bar, and on turn, heal for 20% of this character's max health. This is an essential T4, no doubt in my mind. If you're going to T4 this guy, it's passive and ultimate. The ultimate, the 150%, this additional 10% speed bar, the 20% heal on turn is an absolute must. You got to get it. So overall, I like this guy's kit. It's pretty solid, especially when you're playing with Shatterstar a bit. I'm sure it's going to come into, you know, once we get the other 3 X Factors, that there's going to be some other things that kind of play into this that make you decide if you want to T4 some other things or not. But anyway, so now let's look at the stats. It's probably what most of you are here for, so we'll jump into that right now. All right, for those who are not familiar, I have this giant spreadsheet. It ranks all stats in the game. Basically, I put the stats in, I put the ranks in the column. I pull all the stats from msf.gg, phenomenal site. My baseline is level 75, 7 yellow star, 4 red star, T14, 25% Stark Tech, and passive level 4. And then I rank them over, you know, when I get the ranks in, I put them in an order of average rank off to the side. So you can already see Shatterstar here. I'm starting at the top. We're going to work our way down. I was really happy to see Shatterstar at the 13th spot. So how far down is Longshot? Now, you get a couple spoilers in there, and there is our friend Longshot. All right, so he comes in at 38th ranked, 38th overall rank in the game. Pretty solid, 64.5 average rank. We want to see some decent HP for the self-heal. Obviously, we want to see some decent damage. You know, anything else good outside of that, I'll take it. So his health isn't top-notch, but it's not bad. You get 61 health rank there, 188k damage. He's ranked 54. Hopefully, we'll see an X-Factor ally that increases the team's damage. If so, that's going to get pretty silly. Where's Shatterstar? Yeah. Shatterstar's already at 27th damage, so if we can get that, that's going to be pretty sick. And then armor, we've got 74, 52, 91st rank. Not loving that, but you know, there's some barrier out there between these two, so you know, maybe that's not as big of a deal. The focus needed for the bleed, 47, 74, 56. That's okay. It's not great. It's not bad. Again, we've got opportunity for X Factor allies to come in that increase stats like that. His resistance is trash. Well, it's halfway between trash. I mean, Storm and Killmonger have the same resistance. So does Hawkeye, Iron Man. I don't love it, honestly. I'd like to have been higher, but I get that it's not. You got to kind of average out those stats a bit. His speed, 113, ranked 51. Again, not great. But again, his passive is going to increase that. So you're not, all right, whatever. And you want him to go after a Shatterstar for sure. And then, like I mentioned, the overall average rank is 64.6. You know, that's quite a bit of ways from some of these other ones. You know, Shatterstar was at 48 there, or 49, 64. So a bit different. But the interesting part about Longshot here is he doesn't really have like one stat that just like blows everything else away. It's all just like pretty decent across the board. It's just like, all right, these are all good. All good. Not great, not terrible. So, you know, I dig that. You know, I like this duo a lot. I can say that in general, they seem to be pretty good together, and we're going to look at something here in a second that's going to show that. I don't really have much more to comment on the stats, honestly. I got a couple on there that are okay. I like that he's slower than Shatterstar. Yeah, 124 versus 113. You need that for the energy from Shatterstar. And again, like I mentioned, the speed bar gain from the crits. Okay, but if I was to pick anything I'd want to see higher, it'd probably be damage and maybe resistance just because it's so bad. You know, armor I'm not really worried about super too much because of the barrier, but not loving that. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is on the playtest server, I took some screenshots. Unfortunately, it's not video that I actually took. Well, I'll just show you the team. All right, so let's go check that out. Okay, so this is the team here. And again, shout out to Todd. He came up with this team. It is not my team. Thank you for coming up with it. It is just a crit team. Okay, crit. So you've got Gamora, Killmonger, and Iron Man. And then these two. So this is the first matchup. Inhumans. The Inhumans, like I mentioned earlier, do not have ISOs. It's a 10k punch down. In my mind, that's, for all intents and purposes, that's a punch across. I did this with some folks in Discord, and I did it with the stream. And I said, who do you guys think won this match? Was it close? Was it not close? Was it did one team barely win, or did one team crush the other? And I just waited a bit. I could do that now, but just think for a second while I'm sitting here talking, and as I go through the other teams, I want you to be thinking who is likely going to win that matchup, okay? So, this was the first one, and I will say my inclination here was Inhumans are going to win this. And I will say also, I think Gamora got one turn, and Iron Man, I think on this one, Iron Man only got one turn as well. Killmonger, no, he only got one turn as well. Those three only got one turn. So that probably leads you to see that Inhumans would win. And they did not. They got crushed. So you can see Longshot and Shatterstar here, full HP, almost full barrier. Iron Man's still chilling. Karnak was done, all right? There's obviously not a video, but you get the idea. Same thing next time. All right, now we got a little bit more of a punch down, but it's Brotherhood. So we got Magneto blinding, we got Juggernaut taunting, and we're gonna have a Pyro bleed. No cleanses, no nothing. You know, we got a heal block that's gonna pop on these guys. What's gonna happen? Now, again, my inclination was that I was gonna for sure probably lose this because of the control that was going to come from the Brotherhood side. Because I just think with the blinds, wasting just basics to go through there, getting a bunch of bleeds on myself, getting ticked, then getting stuck on Juggernaut, I was going to lose. And I didn't lose. I won again. And these guys were full HP, full barrier at the end. And again, it was close at a point, but once I got all the debuffs off just by going, I was like, okay, this is over. And I just started murdering people. So I was like, all right, so they beat them. So the next one I got was a punch up, but it was a Brawlers / Young Avengers team. But there was a Captain Marvel there. It's like, all right, she can do some things. We've got a Squirrel Girl who can clean up some of the bleeds. We got a Taunty Miss Marvel, but you know, Brawlers aren't that great. But I was like, it's a punch up, okay? Not a lot of suspense here. You know, you're probably like, I could see this going another way, especially if they beat Inhumans and Brotherhood. They're probably going to beat these guys, and you would be right. Again, this time we got a surviving Killmonger. Again, we've got full HP, full barrier on Longshot. We've got full HP on Shatterstar, and about halfway through his barrier. Pretty solid 48k hit there, which I don't even remember what ability that was, but pretty good. And then we had one final one that we had to do, and it was Black Order. Dun, 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 dun. It was Black Order. So there you have it. Longshot, right? It seems to work pretty good with Shatterstar. I'm digging it. I am going to buy Longshot because of what I just saw there a little bit. And again, I know it was just Blitz. I know we're missing a bunch of characters, but I like this duo so far. I think Mobile Gamer shot a video as well, and I believe I need to watch it. But I believe he liked them a lot. And I've been hearing people talk about how they saw it and they thought he liked them and they liked them. So I'm expecting some decent things from X Factor. But again, we don't know what game mode they're going to be oriented towards, and we don't know what the other three characters are. So I say that with a bit of caution. So that's what I got. I hope this video, guys, helped you guys decide what you want to do with Longshot. I know Shatterstar is already behind us, but you do have the event that you can still get some shards there. Longshot's coming up, so hopefully with the Shatterstar video I did the other day, this one now, you can hopefully help make yourself a decision a bit. Stats are great. Hammer down like button, notification bell, subscription button, all that kind of stuff. Discord link in the description below. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.